away. But if you're going to gain by just waiting, so then that would be a problem. Okay, Rabbi Yossi Omer, Masav Rav Sheshes. Rav Sheshes has a question. Bali Mumin, Oisrin B'Kolshu. If I have a sacrifice that's a Bal Mum. That's the original explanation here. We're going to change it in a minute. But if I have a sacrifice that's a Bal Mum, that mixes in with other animals. So, even one sacrifice in 1,000, they're all asur. Rabbi Yossi Omer Yevaka. Rabbi Yossi says you have to examine it. V'havinan ba, and we deliberated about this. What are you talking about? You have to examine it. Ma Yevaka. Ilema de Bal Mum hu v'lishkalei. If we say it means you examine to see which one has the mum, and then you just take that out. Mechlal the Tanakama Amar Lav. What do you mean? The Tanakama say that you can't do that? You can't check where the Bal Mum is and to take it out? Everything becomes forbidden and then you're done? You find which one's the Bal Mum and take it out. Amar Rav Nachman, Amar Rav Nachman, Amar Rav Baravua. And Rav Nachman says the name of his father-in-law, Rav Baravua. We're not talking about an animal that's a Bal Mum. We're talking about the shearing of wool that's a Bal Mum. That got mixed in with other chulin, with regular wool. Okay, now we have to figure this out. We have wool that came from a Bal Mum. Apparently it's forbidden, and it gets mixed in to other wool. And it's Tanakama hold that it's asur, and Rab Yossi says that you have to examine. Man Tanakama, who's the Tanakama? Rab Yehuda. The Tanakama is Rab Yehuda. Now, Rabbi Yehuda said that there's a machlekes between Akavya ben Mahalalel and the Chachamim when it was shechted. Akavya ben Mahalalel says that if the wool came off before, you're still allowed to use it afterwards, and the Chachamim said because it came off before, you're not allowed to use it after the shechita. So it's Rabbi Yehuda. The Amar Nishchetu Asri. Nishchetu Asri Rabbanan. That if it was shechted, the Rabbanan said that it's forbidden. Rabbi Yossi letamei. Rabbi Yossi that says you examine it, that Rabbi Yossi is the Rabbi Yossi of the Mishnah. What did Rabbi Yossi say in the Mishnah? That the Chachamim agreed that it's mutter if it was shechted. The whole argument between Akaviv ben Malal and the Chachamim was only if it died. But if it was shechted, it's mutter. So Rabbi Yossi says that there was no argument if it was shechted. So Rabbi Yossi says Yevaker. Ma Yevaker, lavi mum kavua imum ayverhu. You have to check to see if it has a mum. And if it has a mum, then it's going to be permissible. So everything works out. That we're talking about wool, and the discussion here is a machlekes, the Rabbanan and Rabbi Yossi is really a machlekes Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yossi. What the opinion of the rabbis is if the animal is shechted, because the wool got mixed in. So Rabbi Yehuda holds that the Rabbanan say that this wool is forbidden. Min b'minai. Oh, Rabbi Yehuda holds min b'minai is leibatal. It's Rabbi Yehuda also holds min b'minai leibatal. And Rabbi Yossi says the rabbis say that it's permissible as long as it had a mum. So Yevaki, you check if it had a mum. What's my problem? My problem is afagav shlei hitira mumcha. I'm checking if it had a mum. But what about the expert that Rish Lakish said, Rabasi, in the name of Rish Lakish says that if it wasn't pronounced by the expert that it's mutter, it's going to be asur. Here I have Rabbi Yossi saying that it is mutter, even though there was no expert that pronounced it. I have to examine it to see if it has a mum. Rava says, Loi, that's not the pshat. Yivukar, you examine it, ihitira mumcha in v'loi loi. You examine to see if the expert had made a pronouncement already. You don't examine the animal. You look up in the paper, in the files, to see if the expert had already pronounced this.
Are we talking about tzuras?
No, we're talking about the wool that's growing on a bechor that has a mum. And the wool came off a bechor that had a mum and got mixed into other wool, regular wool.
wool that's been sheared already?
Sheared from other animals. That's
so
chulin.
why don't we have a bato b'shishim or?
Well, apparently Rabbi Yehuda holds min b'minei lebatel. It's the same type. Doesn't become butler. I know, but that's Rabbi Yehuda's opinion in the Darim. Where's in the Darim, and we had it in several places. In Chulin. Okay, Kisalek Ravin, when Ravin went up to Eretz Yisrael, Amr l'shmaita kamei de Rabbi Yirmiyah. He says it in front of Rabbi Yirmiyah. See, Ravin and Rabbi Yirmiyah. Over here they put Rabbi Yirmiyah below Ravin. It must be that it was the older Rabbi Yirmiyah. Here they put Rabbi Yirmiyah under Rabbi Avo. There must have been an older Rabbi Yirmiyah. This is Ravin, but they put Rabbi Yirmiyah under Rabbi Avo. And it should be, Ravin would be saying it in front of, Rabbi Yirmiyah must be an older Rabbi Yirmiyah. There are two Rabbi Yirmiyah Barabba. He says, Kamei de Rabbi Yirmiyah, and Rabbi Yirmiyah says, Omar, he said, Babloi Tipshai, the foolish Babylonians. Mishum Diyas, who's he saying this about? He says Reb Nachman's statement, which was, we're talking about the shearing of wool of a balmum that got mixed in to other wool, not the actual animal that got mixed in. Mishum Diyasvi be'ara de chashucha, amri shmaita de machashchan. Because they sit in this dark land, so they say dark statements. There must have been a lot of smog in Babylonia.
Valley.
It's a valley. Well, I guess they didn't have a lot of sun, so, but that would be also a reason for smog.
You don't think he's just being sarcastic and nasty?
Yeah, he is, nasty. But he's also.
He wasn't nasty.
He's being. You see, it's interesting because he actually came from Babylonia. So, but I guess maybe because he was from there, I don't know. But
they're not sarcastic.
It says v'machshav Shivani. It's talking about Bavli.
Right.
So he's
a Talmud Bavli.
It's Talmud Bavli is in the dark because
right.
That's why they have all the machlekes.
Right.
In your Shami, you don't have machlekes.
Right.
Or you have very little.
Right. But he's referring to Ara de Chashucha. He must be referring to that it was actually not as bright as it is in Israel. The sun wasn't as bright because of the valley, I guess. Leishmielu hadam Reb Chia Barabba am Reb Yochanan. They never heard what Reb Chia Barabba said in the name of Reb Yochanan. Reb Chia Barabba was the great student of Reb Yochanan. Machlekes b'shabadak v'lei matzah. We're talking about where he checked, he examined, and he didn't find. And it's machlek. In other words, the actual animal got mixed into a bunch of other animals. He checked all the animals and he can't find it.
The one with
the mum. And it's a machlekes Ramei and Rabbanan. The Tanana was taught in a mission. Shei Rab Meir Eimer Kol Davar Shei Becheskas Tuma Lo Elam Hu B'Tamasi Ad Sheyisrada Tuma. Anything that was tamei once, it continues to remain tamei until you find where the tumah is and you can remove it. The Chachamim say you can dig until you reach the bedrock or until you reach soil that was never plowed, and if you still don't find it there, it must be that it disappeared. Talking about a piece of land where we thought there was some sort of bone or something, a grave there or whatever, and Reb Meir says that it remains tamei, and the Chachamim say that no, if you don't find it, it disappeared. So the same thing over here. The Tanakama say that look, I had a balmum that mixed into other animals, and now I can't find it. So you can't find it; it's all forbidden. Rabbi Yossi says no. You check. If you can't find it, it's permissible. They're all permissible because it disappeared. Rabasi Amar Rabbi Yochanan Rabasi Amar Rabbi Yochanan Machlekes b'Shabbat Kabasa. It's the opposite. Machlekes is where you examine and you did find the Kamifel Giplukter the Rebbe Reb Shimon ben Gamliel, and it's actually Machlekes between Rebbe and Rebbe's father, Reb Shimon ben Gamliel. The Tanya was taught in a brisa, Sada Shabbat Bakever. If I have a field that there was a grave there, Nichnas b'Seicha. If someone goes inside, Tamei. Nimtza b'Seicha kever, but let's say I examined the field and I found the kever. Nichnas l'Seicha. If someone goes in there, then he's tar. Shani Omer hu kever shavad hu kever shenimtza divrei Rebbe. Because I say that the same one that I lost is the one that I found, and I know where it is, and that's the only one that's there, That's the words of Rebbe. Shimon ben Gamliel says no. You have to examine the whole field. You don't know. Just because you found one doesn't mean that's the one that was lost. So, what would be in our case? The Tanna Kama would go like Reb Shimon ben Gamliel. They would say, look, there was a balmum here. It went into the other animals. They're all forbidden. I found one animal that's a balmum. That doesn't mean that the others, that's the one that you found another balmum. Who says that's the balmum that that's the one that was lost? Rabbi Yossi says no. The one that I found is the one that was lost. That would be the Rebbe's opinion. For Rabasi, my time layamer Rabchia Barabba. How come Rabasi doesn't say like Rabchia Barabba? You see, Rabasi's learned that we're talking about that you found it, and still there's a problem. Rabchia Barabba says that you didn't find it, and maybe it disappeared. Why didn't Rabasi want to learn like Rabchia Barabba? Amar Lach, he'll tell to you, Bishlem Agabi Tumma, when it comes to impurity, Eimer Ba'ar V'natla Ba'achbar V'natla. Over there, when I didn't find it, granted, if I didn't find the Tumma, it's very possible that it disappeared. Why? Because maybe there was a raven that came that took that bone away, and that's how it disappeared. Elahacha, balmum lehecha azul. But over here, where did the balmum go? You can't say it disappeared. It must be that maybe there's another one. The idach. So what does Rav Chia bar Abba say? Eimer mumoiver habi v'itze. Rav Chia bar Abba that says that it disappeared. He says that maybe it was a balmum, but now it got healed. Maybe it just healed.
It changed.
It changed. Rab Chia bar Abba, my time Rabasi. Why doesn't Rab Chia bar Abba say like Rabasi, where maybe there's another one in there? That he agrees that there's a machlaikas Reb Shimon ben Gamliel and Rebbe. Amalach bishlay masada darkel mikvar ba kiyechid the cover bahai cover in a shachrina. Over there could be another one. Granted, I see there's a machlaikas there because just like one person buried something in here, another person could have come and buried something. You found one grave, doesn't mean that there's no other grave. Alakadshim, but when it comes to a sacrifice, given the budkalan, the kaimi, since we examined it and we found that there's a mum over there, what is it? Is it the way that just that is it contagious? That the mumim, that blemishes are just going around into animals? So v'idach, the other one says, agav de menatchi adadi shchichem b'mum. They bang against each other, and it's very common for them to have a mum. So it could be you found one mum, but there's still more. So that's why Rav Asi fits well, but Reb Chia bar Abba didn't want to say like him. He says, no, the mumim are not contagious. Okay, let's stop over here.
You did it. Despite questions, like this is